Hello, today we're going to be working on a yoga practice for our digestion. So as funky as this may sound, yoga and meditation and finding that quiet, that peace is actually beneficial not only for mental clarity, but also to improve your digestion, which plays a part in your immunity and weight loss and a whole slew of other things. If you're interested in finding more about how digestion is affected by stress and is affected by yoga and all these different factors, be sure to check out my website, Self Mastery Duo, for some answers. I'll leave that in the comments below. But for now, we're going to get to our yoga practice. Grab your yoga mat and yourself, and we're going to get ready to go. Okay, we're going to just get started today with our yoga practice by getting grounded in the here and now. And so I want you to take a couple minutes. You can choose your pose. If you want to sit an easy pose, if you want to start in a shavasana, or if you want to be in a kneeling pose like I am, then you're welcome to do the same. And I just want you to start by listening to the things around you. Feel the moment. Be thoroughly present in the here and now. And as I mentioned before, this practice is designed to help our digestion. It's to help heal our guts from our stomach, intestines, the whole standpoint. And that in turn will help our immune system, it will help our mood, it will help how we feel. But all that has to start by finding peace within and letting go of stress. So we're just going to go ahead and come to all fours and start to welcome a little breath with movement, moving through our cat-cow. You're just going to go ahead and inhale into the cow pose and then exhale, rounding through the spine, pulling the tailbone down underneath you, drawing your belly button up into your spine, and then moving once again through that sequence, those poses. And with each one of these poses, I want you to remember to stay present and in tune with your breath. And let all your other thoughts fade away. This time, as you exhale, go ahead and kick your tailbone up towards the sky and pedal out the feet one at a time. You're going to feel a really good stretch through the backside body as you start to be playful in this pose of downward facing dog. And then I just want you to go ahead and really work your downward dog, pressing through the fingertips, taking the arms and rolling the shoulders out, and then lifting your sits bones up towards the sky. And then if you can get your heels to the floor, great, but if not, it's not a big deal. It's not the focus. Lift those sits bones up, feel the energy through your spine. Inhale, look between the fingers. Exhale, step or hop up to the top of your mat. Exhale, forward fold, release, nice soft bend in through the legs. And just go ahead and let go of any tension, stress that you're holding on to. And in this pose, you can sway side to side if that feels good for you. Do me a favor, nod your head yes, nod your head no. A lot of people hold tension in their neck, and it carries throughout their body. It carries into their face, actually. So you start wearing a frown, you start grimacing instead of wearing a smile. And work it out side to side. Feel a nice stretch through the body. Let's go ahead and inhale halfway up and lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive up to standing. And then exhale into mountain pose or Tadasana. And take a cleansing breath here. Breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth. And we're going to move through our Vinyasa series here, warming up the body. And as we do this, we're actually going to be holding our poses a little longer than what we normally would. And through this, you're going to have to focus on your breathing to keep you strong. And you're going to feel the heat building in your muscles. And you're just going to breathe and continue to move past that. So let's go ahead and work right into it. Inhale, lift your arms up. Exhale, have a seat into chair pose. Holding chair pose, your weight sits back in your heels. Chest stays lifted up. And as you sit, you're just going to focus on breathing. Finding that steadiness. Finding that comfort and welcoming the heat in each one of these movements. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up and look, finding length through your spine. Exhale, forward fold. Step or hop into plank position. Shift your weight forward, bending at the elbows. Take it to a 90-degree angle. And I want you to stop and hold right there. One more breath. Good. On the inhale, press up, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right leg. Exhale, draw your knee into your belly and hold your knee in. Good. Exhale, kick that leg back. This time, bring your knee to the outside of the left elbow. And one more time. Shoot it back. This time we're going to sweep that leg through. Set up the back leg. On your inhale, you're going to reach up towards the sky. We're going to first maintain keep our back leg bent. And then as you feel comfortable with that, I want you to slowly try to work your back leg or your back heel to touching the ground. Holding that high lunge, that crescent pose. Breathing. Go ahead and exhale, take your arms back behind your body, open up your chest. Feel great stretch through your front side body. And then exhale, hands frame the foot, step it back into plank, lower into chaturanga. Pressing up, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left side. Inhale, lift the left leg up. Exhale, draw your knee to your chest and hold. Exhale, sweep it back. And sweep it to the outside of the left elbow. Kick it back. This time, we're going to actually step that leg through. Inhale, reaching up towards the ceiling. Now I just want you to make sure that your spine is in a great alignment. So if you feel yourself hyperextending here, I want you to curl your tailbone under and then draw your knee down towards the ground, and then work on taking the heel to the back of the mat. And hold that pose. Great job. Hands frame the foot. Step back into plank. Shift your weight forward and onto the left hand. And as you do that, you're going to rotate, opening up your side body for our side plank. And if you feel comfortable in that pose, you're feeling good, you can extend the arm up overhead, finding your balance, finding your strength. And then one more deep breath. Great job. Exhale. Hand comes to center, and then we're just going to go ahead and rotate. So shift your weight into the right hand. This time opening up through the other side. Once you feel comfortable, go ahead and reach that arm up overhead, finding length, finding peace while you're working. Each one of these poses are a chance to take a meditative state, to bring your mind and your thoughts to your breath, and to let everything else go. One more breath. Hand come to plank center. Shift your weight forward. Move through a chaturanga, pressing up to upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale into downward facing dog. Step or hop to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway up and look, finding length. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, drive through the heels, stand it up into mountain. Great job, our body is nice and warmed up. We're gonna move through that series once again. And we're gonna go ahead and inhale. Have a seat into chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up and find length. Exhale, forward fold. Step or hop into plank. Shift your weight forward. Move through and hold in your chaturanga. Good. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, press it back. Inhale, lift the right leg. Sweep it through, hold at your chest. Kick it back. This time, draw your knee to the opposite elbow. Holding the hips up. And one more time, this time, we step our leg through. Inhale into high lunge. And then draw the leg back. Drop the heel back. And then I just want you to go ahead and shift the positioning of that back leg so you can find position for warrior two. In your warrior two position, I want you to drop your hips lower than what you normally would. Find strength. Make sure your arms are parallel with each other. You're pulling the tailbone in, driving that knee out when it's wanting to pull in. You're finding your breath in this pose. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Inhale, stand it up. I want you to take your arm and reach forward until you can no longer reach any further. So we're going to move through to our pyramid pose. We need to stack the hips, making sure that this right leg hip isn't passing that far past the left one. And then as you can't reach any further, you're going to go ahead and hinge at the hip. And remember to breathe. Go ahead and take your hands to your hips. Squeeze from the glutes. Stand it up. And then we're just going to go ahead and once again lower back into that warrior two. Exhale, frame the foot. Step the right leg back. Move through your chaturanga. Upward facing dog. And back to downward facing dog. Same thing, left side. Inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale, pull your knee into your chest. Sweep it up this time. Knee takes to the opposite elbow. Inviting a little heat into your practice today. And last time, sweep it through. Stepping into your high lunge or crescent pose. And then go ahead and make that small adjustment with your back foot. And get comfortable. Get nice and deep. Feel the burn. Welcome the heat for warrior two. Do a self-check. Is your front knee wanting to pull in? If it is, I want you to draw your knee out. Are your arms dropping? If so, lift. Is your back leg pressing? Are you driving your weight through the back foot? Can you sink a little deeper? Excellent job. Let's go ahead and reverse our warrior. And here we go. We're coming up for pyramid pose. So go ahead and make that slight adjustment. Scooching that back leg up if you need to. Squaring up the hips. And then go ahead and reach your arm as far forward as you can until you no longer have that flexibility. And then hinge at the hips. Check back in with your breath. It's really easy to get lost in the practice, in the pose, holding it just right, checking in, seeing if you look like all those models on Instagram. But now's not the time. Now's the time for you, for clarity. Now's the time for you to let go of judgments, to let go of everything else going on, and just really relish in this moment and feel your breath and feel this present. And then go ahead and take your hands to your hips, squeeze from the glutes. Go ahead and bend that front knee one more time and revisit your warrior two. And then we're going to go ahead and cartwheel your arms down back into plank. This time rotating our weight into the left arm. And this time while you go through your plank, you can always make it a little bit harder, lifting one leg. You decide. And then just go ahead and lift everybody that top leg for me. And we're gonna step it back for wild thing. Pressing your hips up towards the ceiling. Drawing your arm above your head. And go ahead and bring it around. Find center plank, and we're going to go ahead and repeat that on the right side. So go ahead and start by shifting that weight into your right arm and leg. Lift the top leg if you feel you have the strength to do so, or if you are ready to challenge yourself today. That's what this practice is about. And then everybody go ahead and do so now. Lift that leg and step it back for our wild thing. One more breath, and then go ahead and find your side plank. Take it through the center. Shift your weight forward and lower onto the belly. So we're going to get set up and start to wake up the muscles in the backside body in our locust pose. So we're going to start by squeezing your glutes, pressing your tops of your feet into the ground, and then we're just gonna lift our upper body up off the ground. Arms are like airplane arms by our sides. And we're just gonna breathe here, finding comfort in this pose, squeezing the upper body, staying engaged through the lower body. And then one more breath here. And go ahead and exhale, release. Take a rest. Next time you can choose to move into wheel or to stay with locust. So if you would like to try out wheel, you're going to reach back for your feet, and then you're going to press through your hips, and you're going to press your hands into your feet and your feet into your hands, lifting your chest up off the ground, lifting your legs up off the ground, staying engaged to the whole body, creating this push-pull tension, and then just finding peace there. One more breath here. And release. Great job. Go ahead and press yourself up. Take your knees nice and wide on the mat. Exhale. Let your belly come right in between the hips, and just relax. I want you to take this moment to muster up all your negative feelings, your negative energy. And I want you to breathe it in like it is a hot flame. Whatever it is that's driving you crazy, that's got you worked up, that stresses you out, I want you to breathe more of it in. So if it's a conflict or a person at work, I want you to think about that person, and then I want you to think about it being worse than what it is. Like, I want it to really get under your skin. And if that's maybe it's financial troubles, maybe it's a argument with a loved one, whatever it is, I just want you to make that problem worse. And I know a lot of times we want to run from those problems, so this is actually going to be really difficult emotionally, because I'm asking you to now make that problem even worse. So I want you to think about it as growing. And instead of running away from it, you're going to actually run toward it right now. And I want you to imagine it getting a little bit worse, okay? So you're probably starting to get a little agitated, but you can't run away from it forever. And I want you to breathe it in. And then when you exhale, I want you to let it go, let it out. If it's anger, if it's confusion, if it's frustration, if it's disappointment, if it's sadness, I want you just to let it go through your breath. And I want you to breathe deep into your stomach, okay? I want you to get a full breath here. I don't want it to be a shallow breath. So we're going to go ahead and do a couple of those breaths together in this child's pose. Nobody's watching you, nobody's judging you. You're free from all of that right now. And I want you to breathe in right now. A nice long breath in. And let it go. And come on, be vocal with it. Here we go, try it again. Breathe it in. And exhale, let it go. And you're starting to feel better. You're starting to feel like you can relax, but I don't think that's the end. So we're going to go ahead and do one more breath here. Inhale, big breath in. And this time as you exhale, I want you to release through your body. So let yourself become loose. All right, go ahead and sit up. Whew. And have a seat on your mat. Flip it around. We're just going to go ahead and lower all the way to our back side. And take a nice bridge pose. So take your heels towards your hips, right underneath your caboose. And press your hips up towards the ceiling, opening up through the chest. You can take your palms together, clasp them behind your back, and then shoot your hips towards the ceiling. Here you should really feel your glutes, the back side of the body working. And breathe. One more breath here. And go ahead and lower your hips slowly. Let your vertebrae come to the mat one at a time. And then go ahead and take your feet together, knees apart, palms facing up. And take this moment to practice gratitude. Something that you're thoroughly happy for. something that has made you smile today, or maybe yesterday. And allow this quiet meditative moment be a chance for you to just relax. Go ahead and roll off to the right side. Press yourself up to a seated position. If you're comfortable in that space, you're welcome to stay there and take this moment as a chance to meditate, to find clarity. Thank you so much for taking the time to clear your thoughts, to clear your minds, to move your body, and to make yourself a better version of yourself. Namaste. If you do have more questions about digestive health and the effects of stress on digestion, or if you think that you could be suffering from any kind of discomforts in relation to stress or digestive issues, I'm happy to help you out. Be sure to leave a comment below. I'll be happy to get back with you. If you haven't done so already, please click subscribe and also thumbs up like this video. I appreciate it.